and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you can see, I've got my laptop back here again. I still haven't cleaned it before filming, should really learn. So today's video, I'm still in my hallway. In all honesty, it's fairly comfortable to film in, so I'm going to stick with it for a bit. So yeah, today's video, I've got my laptop and it's going to be another Would You Rather. I really enjoyed filming the other one. I just thought I'd carry on from where I kind of left it off. I'm going to kind of delve into the other sections on the same website, like I said about in the last video. So yeah, let's just jump right in and get some more questions. Okay, so basically going to do a few from the first section that I was doing before and then delve into the other sections throughout. So question number 1 is from the best Would You Rather questions, and that was actually the category where all my other questions in my last video was from. So question number 1 is, would you rather be forced to dance every time you heard music or be forced to sing along to any song you heard? Now, I absolutely love singing. Do it every time I can, but I don't like being forced to sing. I don't think I'm any good at it, but I do like doing it just to kind of pass some time. So I'm also not a very good dancer, so I don't know. That's a really tough one because I don't like people hearing me sing just randomly, unless it's Sam or my mum, because they get an earful of it anyway. I think I'd go for forced to dance. I can't dance, but it's better than singing. So question 2 is, would you rather have all your clothes fit perfectly or have the most comfortable pillow, blankets and sheets in existence? Now, people who know me know that I'm definitely a pyjama girl. I probably own more pyjamas than most of my normal clothes, apart from stripy tops. So I would definitely go for the most comfortable pillow, blankets and sheets in existence. I love being comfortable in bed. And in all honesty, I don't actually wear clothes that fit me anyway. I love wearing oversized tops and oversized jumpers that aren't mine, another one of Sam's. I think they're more comfortable. So I would probably go with pillows and be comfortable when I sleep. So question number 3 is, would you rather have 5% of the population have telepathy or 5% of the population have telekinesis? You are not part of the 5% that has telepathy or telekinesis. Now, I want to say telekinesis. I'm just going to quickly Google it. Telekinesis is when you can move things with your mind. Yeah. I would rather have 5% of the population have telekinesis. I think it's I wouldn't say it's a much cooler power to have, but knowing that 5% of the population has telepathy kind of scares me. You wouldn't kind of be safe with your own thoughts. So I'm going to go for telekinesis, especially with the fact that I'm not part of this 5%. I'd be very jealous if people had telepathy. So question number 4 is, would you rather be an unimportant character in the last movie you saw or an unimportant character in the last book you read? Now, the last movie that I watched was actually last night, and that was Bedtime Stories. It's on Disney Plus. I also have it on DVD because my internet's been down for the last few days. Only got it back yesterday late afternoon. So started watching it on DVD and actually finished it on my laptop on Disney Plus. But I don't know. Last book I read was The Girl Who Speaks Bear, or Who Can Speak Bear. I can't quite remember which one it is. And it is a kid's book, but it's kind of like late primary school age, because for my degree you have to read like a certain amount of children's books to do a reading journal about the kids' books and how you'd use it in a class. So I thought I'd kind of get ahead while I've got some time. So that was the last book I read. And do you know what? I absolutely loved it. Definitely be an unimportant character in that. I'm more of a book person than a film person, but I do love my films and I do watch more films than books, but I get more enjoyment out of completing a book than I do a film. So question number 5 is, would you rather move to a new city or town every week or never be able to leave the city or town you were born in? Oh, that is so hard. Now, I'm going to go for never be able to leave the city or town you were born in. As much as I felt trapped here before I moved away for uni, I don't think I'd be able to move to a new city or town every week. You could never settle, you could never make like good friends. I don't know, I'd definitely not be able to leave this city or town. Well, it's a town. As much as I'd hate that, like I'd hate constantly moving more. So question number 6 is, would you rather be completely insane and know that you are insane, or completely insane and believe you are sane? Now, I think if I was going to be insane, I don't think I'd want to believe that I was sane, because it would drive myself insane. I don't know, I feel like you're constantly trying to prove to yourself that you are sane and you just get stuck. So I think, although neither situation is ideal, I would go with being completely insane and know it. So question number 7 is, would you rather travel the world for a year on a shoestring budget or stay in only one country for a year but live in luxury? I would travel for a year on a shoestring budget, like I suggested in my top 5 holiday destinations. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do so. I kind of explain why and where I want to go the most. So question number 8 is, would you rather live in a virtual reality where you are all powerful, or live in the real world and be able to go anywhere but not be able to interact with anyone or anything? I really don't know. That's probably one of the hardest questions that I've had in both the videos. I don't know, there's so many pros and cons to both of that. Living in a virtual reality, you wouldn't know the same people, you wouldn't have the same experiences, but being able to go anywhere in the real world but not interact with anyone or anything, it would be so much torture that I just wouldn't be able to do it. So, next question number 9 is, would you rather have whatever you are thinking to appear above your head for everyone to see, or have absolutely everything you do live streamed for anyone to see? That's such a hard question because it's both about privacy. I really don't know how to answer that one. Oh, that is such a hard one. I thought that I had a hard one before with the virtual reality one, but I'm so like in 2 mindsets about this question, because it's like, well, I don't actually do that much and I'm not that much of an interesting person, but then there's aspects of everybody's life that people want to keep private, like moments with your friends, moments with your family, do you know? But then having whatever you're thinking as well, it's like, if you really hate somebody and like you're standing right in front of them or having a conversation, you're completely switched off, they would know. But I'm going to go for whatever you are thinking. Probably would regret that, but I suppose you could train your thoughts to kind of be okay, especially around people that you don't like and you don't want them to know. So, question number 10 is, would you rather wake up as a new random person every year and have full control of them for the whole year, or once a week spend a day inside a stranger without having any control of them? See, if you wake up as a new person that's random every year, but you have full control of them for the year, you will never get to be yourself. So if I go for the other one, which is once a week, although I'm inside of a stranger and I don't have any control, I'm going to go with that, because you'd still be your own person for the other 6 days of a week. And it would be pretty cool to kind of just go along with what people do in a day. Yes, they're strangers, so you wouldn't know them anyway. So yeah, it'd be pretty cool. So I'm now going to go on to funny would you rathers. So I'm going to do 5 questions out of here and then just delve into the other ones. So would you rather be unable to move your body every time it rains, or not be able to stop moving while the sun is out? I would rather not be able to move my body every time it rains, and I would actually currently not be able to move my body if I go for that because it's currently raining. But I suppose, yes, it rains a lot in Britain, but think about like going outside when it is sunny, on holiday and everything like that. I just wouldn't be able to stop and I'd drive myself insane. So question number 2 of the funny ones is, would you rather have all dogs try to attack you when they see you? Oh, this is like the worst question for me. Would you rather have all dogs try to attack you when they see you, or all birds try to attack you when they see you? Do you know what? That's probably my worst nightmare. I'm terrified of dogs and birds. And it actually made my heart like really race just thinking about it. I've gotten better with dogs over the years, but they have been my predominant fear for my whole life. But birds, I also have a fear of them attacking me. So, do you know what? I'd go for birds. I feel like, yes, there's a lot of birds, but there is a lot more dogs that I see. And I want to get a dog when I'm older, which is probably a big surprise to most people, including myself. I've gotten a lot better with them over the years, and my 2 best friends will vouch for me for this. Yeah, I would go for birds. I feel like I could get away from them more than I would dogs. So, question number 3. Would you rather be compelled to high-five everyone you meet, or be compelled to give wedgies to everyone in a green shirt? Now, I don't like green, so I'm going to go for wedgies. That's probably really weird and really like an invasion of privacy. The amount of people I see like at uni, being a teacher of a class of like 30 kids, every time I see them I would have to high-five them. Not many people I know wear green. I'm currently wearing green, I am aware, but it's not a shirt. Not a lot of people wear shirts, so I'll go for that one. Question number 4 is, would you rather have skin that changes colour based on your emotions, or tattoos that appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday? I would go tattoos because they change constantly. I would have memories of them for an extra day, but you'd be able to hide them. It says all over your body, but if you don't actually get up to that much, which I don't, you can hide them. It doesn't say anything about your face, so you kind of get away with it. Right, so question number 5 is, would you rather there be a perpetual water balloon war going on in your town or city, or a perpetual food fight? I would go with a water balloon fight. Yes, we currently do not have the greatest weather, but I would rather get wet than get covered in food, and there would be so much leftover food on the floor that would probably just rot and it would go horrible and it would smell. But balloons, not too bad. I'm going to go for balloons. So I'm going to do hard would you rather questions because I think they'll be a little bit more interesting than good ones. So, would you rather live without hot water for showers or baths, or live without a washing machine? Now, I know living without a washing machine is going to be hard, but I would rather have a hot shower or a bath than I would have a machine do my washing. I've hand washed quite a few things before. It's a lot of work, but to have a hot shower. I'd do it any day. So question number 2, the hard questions, is would you rather be alone for the rest of your life or always be surrounded by annoying people? Annoying people are called that for a reason, and I feel like I'd get very agitated, very irritated and very angry quite quickly. So I think I'd rather be alone. Yeah, why not? Let's live alone. I'd rather live in solitude than surrounded by annoying people. So next question is, would you rather be locked in a room that is constantly dark for a week or a room that is constantly bright for a week? So the little thing underneath the question is also, in either scenario you don't have a phone or a source of light and don't have a way to block the light in the bright room. I would go for a bright room despite that, just because I have a slight fear of the dark. Do you know what? I'm just basically revealing all my fears in this video as well. If it suddenly goes very dark, I get panic attacks, and I feel really claustrophobic. So it really freaks me out being in the dark, especially if it's just like so sudden. So I would go for a constantly bright room for a week. My room's fairly bright anyway, when the sun is out, unlike today. So I'm going to go for a bright room just because I don't think I'd be able to deal with the constant panic attacks that a dark room would give me. So question number 4 is, would you rather accidentally be responsible for the death of a child or accidentally be responsible for the deaths of 3 adults? Oh my god. What? I don't want to kill anybody. I don't know. Either way, you're going to have guilt, and I feel like I would feel more guilty accidentally killing a child than I would accidentally killing 3 adults. Now, I know that's 3 lives to 1, but this is going to sound so harsh, and I don't want it to. I would rather be accidentally responsible for the death of 3 adults, and I'm going to move on very quickly because I don't want to be responsible for anybody's death. So, last question from this section is, would you rather know when you were going to die or how you were going to die? You can't change the time or method of your death. So, I would rather go for how I'm going to die. So, you can't change it, but I feel like if you know how you were going to die, I don't know actually. Do you know what? Thinking about that even more, I might go when. Yeah, I'm going to change my mind. I was going to say how, because then you can avoid, say it's drowning in a swimming pool. You would never go swimming, but it says you can't change the time or method of your death. However, if you know when you're going to die, you can live your life to the fullest before that point. So I'm going to go for when rather than how. So I'm now going to do deep would you rather questions. Okay, so we'll start here. So would you rather die in 20 years with no regrets or die in 50 years with many regrets? Now, as much as I'd want a long life, and I do want a long and happy life, I feel like if you have 50 years of life but with so many regrets, I just don't think I'd have a happy life. So I'd rather die in 20 years, yes, I'd only be 40 or 39. I'd have no regrets and I would have done everything that I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm going to go for a shorter life that's happier. So question number 2 is, would you rather be transported permanently 500 years into the future or 500 years into the past? I would go permanently 500 years into the future. Yeah, either way you're not going to know anybody you know now. I just feel like I wouldn't be able to live how Tudors lived, in comparison to going from what we've got now to what they didn't have and what their life is like. I just don't think I'd be able to do the jump. So I'm going to go for the future and be really hopeful that there is still one in 500 years. If not, I might end up on Mars, you never know. So question number 3 is, would you rather donate your body to science or donate your organs to people who need them. Now, either way, in my mind, they're both a good cause, because for science, they can be used for new drug development, new vaccines, new inventions to help in the long run. However, I'm not an organ donor myself. I understand the idea, it's just not something that I want to do. But in this situation, I think I would donate my organs to people who need them. In real life, it really scares me. So question number 4 is, would you rather be famous when you're alive and forgotten when you die, or unknown when you're alive but famous after you die? I think I would rather go for unknown when you're alive and famous when you die. I don't think I'd want to be famous. I don't know, you just wouldn't be able to go about your life as you normally would. Yes, the money would be great, but no, I'd rather be famous after I die. I'd rather leave a legacy and be known after I'm dead and gone than be famous when I'm alive. I can't really explain it, so I'm just going to go and move on to the final question for this video. So would you rather go to jail for 4 years for something you didn't do, or get away with something horrible you did do but always live in fear of being caught? I don't know. Like I said in the previous would you rather, I think jail would be an experience. However, that question was only going to jail for a year. 4 years is a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, I feel like, yes, I didn't do it for whatever I went to prison for, but I would rather not live in fear of anything. I just feel like I'd be so paranoid. I wouldn't be able to do anything that I wanted. I would be so scared of every little thing that I did. So I'm gonna conclude on going to jail for 4 years for something I didn't do. Why not? It's 4 years. I don't think it would be all that bad. It could be a lot worse if you did live in fear for the whole of your life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I did do slightly more questions. I did 25 questions in this video, but it kind of gives you a more diverse range of what it is included on that website. I used the same website as last time. I had a lot of fun. It does make you think, and it does make you wonder if any of those things would happen. Obviously not the time travel ones, but just the kind of more realistic ones. And it does really make you think. So I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up or subscribe. Yeah, I hope to see you again soon. I hope you're keeping well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!